Hey everybody, it's Cheryl, Off Leash K9 Training, and this is the 4th video in the recall series, or the Come command. The last few days, you should have been layering on the e-collar pressure or stimulation to the leash pressure. And what it would have looked like would have been pressure goes on, first thing, then you would say the word come, and then you would apply the leash pressure. So it would be something like this. Pressure's on, come, leash pressure. Come, leash pressure. And at some point along the way, you needed to not use the leash to test and see if your dog is understanding what this stimulation means. So it would have looked like this. Come, waiting, and hopefully 8 out of 10 times he was coming to you. He might have been distracted by something those other 2 times, and that's fine. If 80% of the time he's coming when you're using this e-collar stimulation, then he's getting it. And now it's time to test it a little more. So we're going to test it right now, doing what I just said. We're working at a 5 out here with this guy. Pretty low. He's also got stim reducers on it, so here we go. Come. Good boy. Come. I'm going to turn it up. Come. Good boy. Good boy. Sit. Nope. Come. Sit. Good. Break. So cleaning it up. And I turned it up to an 8. I turned it up to an 8 because he stopped to scratch. Not okay in my book. If I've called him, he needs to come. I don't care what the distraction is. So let's try it again. Maybe I'll throw a stick, distract him a little bit. Go back to our 5. Come. Good boy. Sit. Good. Good boy. Breathe. Good boy. Sit. Turn it up. Sit. Good. You can go down if you want. Good boy, buddy. Breathe. So you can see what we're doing here. We're putting the pressure on, telling him what to do, and he's not needing the leash, which is awesome. And this is what happens after a few days of using leash pressure layered with this on top of it. He's over there. You can't see him. Come. Good boy. Come. Good boy. Sit. Good. Down. I'm going to call it a down because that's what he did. Break. Break. So at this point in the game, I feel comfortable taking this long line off of this dog. We've been doing this and the other video, number 3, a few days worth now. Come. Good. Sit. Good. If he wants to go down, that's fine. This isn't agility. So that's where you should be at with this. Make sure this is happening before you take this long line off. I'm going to get other dogs in the mix, more distractions, and see what happens from there. And then we'll finally take the leash off. All right, so we're back. Nope. We're back with dogs, distractions, stick distractions, all kinds of things going on. And I want you to remember what I talked about in the first video, and that is that the world or the environment is full of distractions. You know, there's a bird, there's a squirrel, nothing's happening, I'm going to take a nap. Just like with humans, we're driving in our car. There's a cop behind us, oh my gosh. The cop turned right, nothing happened. My phone's dinging, but I'm driving, I can't look at it. Now I'm at a stop sign, and nothing's happening. So the world has, the environment just has lots of stimulus going on, right? And so our brains and dogs' brains are doing this to ride and overcompensate or pay attention or get excited by the distractions. So the e-collar stimulation needs to be just one bit above. So for example, if I'm at a 6 or a 5 when no other dogs are around, that's not going to work when other dogs are around, or especially when the stick's involved. At the same note, if Johnny Cash is chasing the stick, he might require a 12. I don't know, I'm guessing a 12. But if he's chased the stick and he's already coming and looking at me, I'm not going to call him on a 12 because he went from over here to coming back toward me, and I'm not going to use a 12. I might use a 7. I don't know. I'm making up these numbers right now because I don't know exactly what he'll require. But this is how it is. You need to pay attention to the dog's distraction level. Like right now, he's a little bit distracted. If he were looking at me, he wouldn't be as distracted. So let's see what happens. I'm going to call him on a 7 from this pine cone. Come. Good. Sit. Good. So there's that neck twitch. I'm going to roll down to a 5. He also stopped chewing and looked kind of up at the camera. So again, he wasn't like into that pine cone as much. So I really watch a dog and what they're doing and focused on, and then I find the right number. So my point being is you need to pay attention to what your dog's mind is doing and find the right number. Nope. I'd almost rather be a little bit too high sometimes at first because I want the dog to recall, especially if your dog chases cars or wildlife or things that could actually hurt them or get them into trouble. So if anything, air a little bit too high. If they vocalize a tiny bit, don't worry about it. Just roll it back down. But if they vocalize, they're going to be coming back. They're going to come back. That's not what you want to go for. But if they're chasing cars or deer, you kind of do. Anyway, come on. Let's get these guys going with the stick. Come on. We're going to be at a 10. Go get it. Come on. Come on. I'm going to get these guys riled up and get Johnny Cash chasing them a little bit. Bring it, Toyota. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Go get it. Johnny Cash, come. Come. Good boy. Sit. Sit. Good. Break. Come on. You also want to keep it fun for your dog. You don't just want to recall them as soon as they're away from you. You want recall and e-collar stimulation to be, come to me, then you're going to get to go do some fun. So sometimes you might want to play with them. Johnny Cash, sometimes you might want to play. You might want to get your own stick. Come here, Johnny Cash, and actually play with the dog for coming back to you. Drop. And sometimes they become a little Velcro-like, which is okay. Come. Good boy. Sit. Yes. Right. Get that. Get it. Go get it. Go get it. And let him play. Let him have fun. But they might become a little Velcro-like, and that's okay, because the opposite is them running away, right? Not coming when called. I'd rather have my dog stick by me than run away. And eventually, they will figure it out, I promise. Go get it. Have fun. So I am confident in this guy's recall because we've been doing this a few days now. I'm taking the leash off. Go get it. Come on, let's go get it. Come on. I have a hand. Yeah. Go get it. So let them play. Let him play. Let him chase her. I'm going to go to an 8 because he's not super distracted. Actually, even lower. 7. Johnny Cash, come. Good boy. Sit. Good. Break. Break. Go, 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 go. The last thing you want to do with recall and e-collar stimulation is you get them to the point of what is known as compliance only. So instead of stim on, come, pretty soon it's just come. They don't come, then I'm going to say come again, and then tap the button. Come. Good. So that's how compliance only works. Break. You get to the point where, watch, I'll call her. She doesn't have any calling. Leia, come. Good girl. Sit. Break. She doesn't need any collar anymore. She does sometimes, but not so much. Leia, come. Good. Sit. Good. Break. So compliance only for a while with this guy. And if there wasn't a leash law, I would only use e-collar with my dog. I would pick and choose when I use it. People often ask, how long does my dog need to be on an e-collar? Well, how long do you have a leash in a dog's life? They might not wear a regular leash 24/7, but it's in their life forever. And you as the owner and handler pick and choose when you want to use it. Let's say you're going to the vet, or let's say you're in a leash only area. you definitely want to use the leash. But with Tioga, if there wasn't a leash law, he responds so well to e-collars, that's what I use. And I pick and choose when I use it. He might have days at home here when he's never wearing it, and then we might go to town and I might put it on him. So again, don't look at the e-collar as something to get off of. Think of it as a tool to use for your dog's life when you need it. And at this point with Johnny Cash, whoa, he is at a point of learning to have compliance only, meaning I say the command, if he doesn't come, I say the command, and I tap the button at generally a higher number than he works on. So if he works at a 5, I might tap it at an 8. If he's working at a 10 because we're outside, I might tap it at a 15 or an 18. So compliance only, say the command. If he doesn't come, say the command again, tap the button at a higher number. And then you're good to go. They get conditioned and patterned to it. I'm going to roll it down to a 4, and I'm going to do compliance only. Johnny Cash, come. Good boy. Sit. Good. Break. So I didn't use the e-collar, right? Let's go. But let's go out on a little walk and see what he does when he's really running around and going off on his own. All right, so when you see the red light go on this remote or transceiver, you'll know how I'm using it. Johnny Cash, come. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. Break. And this is what compliance only would mean. I'm going to pretend I said come and he didn't come. And now I'm going to do what you would do if that happened. Come. Good boy. Come on, good boy. Sit. Good boy. Break. So that would be compliance only. But he gets to the point where, like I said, I call him once, he doesn't come. Then I find I wouldn't have done it at a 4 if it was compliance only. If he blew me off, I would have gone to a 10 and done it. So if I can find him blowing me off, I'll show you that. Johnny Cash, come. Good. Sit. Good. Break. I'm letting you see this because if I need to use it, I will use it. Johnny Cash, come. Good. Sit. Good. Break. He's a good guy. He really knows what's happening. Johnny Cash, come. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. Break. Johnny Cash, come. Johnny Cash, come. Come. Sit. So I'll let them play, and then I'm going to do some with food, and I'll show you. I've got some dog food, and I'm going to toss it out, and you're going to get to see me recall him off of having snacks. Go get it, Tyler. Compliance only. Johnny Cash, come. Good boy. Sit. Come. Sit. Good. Break. He can go eat some. Let's try it one more time. I'm going to roll it down. Usually when you do it once, you can roll down. Johnny Cash, come. Good boy. Sit. Break. Johnny Cash, come. Good boy. Sit. Good. Break. So no more. He's got it. That's what happens with compliance only. The dog gets patterned. Johnny Cash, come. Good boy. Sit. Good. Break. You can go eat some more. He's way down there. Johnny Cash, come. Good boy. Come. Tap. Good boy. Excited in my recall. Come on. Good boy. Come on. I know you're tired. Come. Good. All the way. Sit. Good. Break. All right, everybody, I hope that helps. This is your 4 session of recall or how to teach your dog to come. Just to review pretty quickly here, you teach your dog what recall means in your house with leash pressure and treats.
Once you're pretty sure they know what that means, they're coming 8 out of 10 times, you go outside with a longer line and you do it there, because outside has more distractions. And you will say, come, and you will apply leash pressure. So get that down. Once they're doing that 8 out of 10 times on a long line outside, it's time to put the e-collar on. So find their lowest perception level for the environment you're working in. Then, this is the order you'll do it. You'll press the button, you'll say come, and you'll apply the leash pressure in that order. Press the button at the low level that they feel it, say come, and apply the leash pressure. Do this 50 or 60 times, and then try to see if they know what the e-collar stimulation means. So then you won't apply the leash pressure. At some point, like I said, you're going to try to see if they know it. So you're going to say, you're going to push the button, and you're going to say come. And if they come, they've got it 8 out of 10 times. Now you're ready to just drop that long line, leave it on, don't take it off too soon, because if they need help or guidance, you want that on to give them the help or guidance. If you take it off too soon, you're just risking the chance of them not understanding and not following through. So keep the leash on, now press the button, say come, and if they're coming 8 out of 10 times, they probably have it. Now bring in dogs and toys and fun and try it again. Keep that leash on, press the button, say come, and if they come, yay, we've got it. At some point in the game, you're going to take the long line off, and also at some point in the game, you're going to go to compliance only, meaning you're going to say come, and if they don't come, you're going to say come again and then tap the button at a higher number, not high corrective, but higher than you would if you were pressing the button just as a little bit of a, hey, I'm about to tell you something. It's more of a, hey, I told you something, now come, kind of a thing. So they get to compliance only where you say the command. If they don't come, you say it again and you tap it at a bit of a higher number. For example, if they're working at a 7, maybe I'd go to a 13 or a 12. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please leave a comment in the space below or email me at Cheryl at Lead Off Leash K9 Training. It's CHERYL at Lead Off Leash K9 Training. Thanks for watching. Bye.